Ah, yes. A little bit of port after a long day of adventure and excitement. Because that tastes good. But let's get real here. It's about your trophy life, about your epic life. You guys remember this theme song? Yeah. It was a good old movie back in, I think, the early 2000s. It was called The Matrix. So what does The Matrix have to do with your success, your epic 2019, your trophy life? What does it have to do with it? Well, guys, if you remember the movie, it talked about two ways of thinking, two ways of living. Living in the Matrix or living outside of the box, outside of the Matrix, where they say freedom is. And guys, this is real in your life. How many of us know people that are stuck in a box and they always try to hold you back? How many people try to hold you back from you accomplishing what you want in your life? And they say that the Matrix is not real. There's forward thinkers and then there's backward thinkers. Which one are you? Let's paint a picture here, shall we? The Matrix. Status quo, job, I don't know, whatever you want to call it. Three things that rule that world. Money, power, position. How many people do we know that have lots of money and they're pricks? How many people do we know that actually fight over money, fight over paychecks, cry over their paycheck, complain that they're overworked and underpaid? How many people do we know? How many people we know that are in power that are complete dicks? Cheers to the truth. Port is so awesome. But getting back to the topic at hand, how many people do we know that are in power, that are complete idiots, that tell you what to do, how to do it, when to do it, when to go to the bathroom? Position. How many people do we know that are in positions that should not be there because you are more qualified than they are? How many? How many people are fighting over the Matrix? In the Matrix. I call this the Red Sea. The Red Sea. People fighting over stupid shit. And they say they're not in the Matrix? Huh? Give your head a shake. Pull your head out of your butt. How many people we know that are fighting over one of these three things? In a shrinking sea of blood red sea. Just before I went down to Bali, back in early December, in November, there was a big shutdown of a company. 2,000 people out of work. How many people do we hear about that get laid off? Huge mass layoffs. So you got all these people now out of work and they're trying to find more work in the Matrix. Talk about insane. Fighting over money, power, and position. Whatever's left. You want a trophy life? It's time to think a different way. You want an epic life? time to think a different way. You do want a trophy life or an epic life, do you? You want to have control over your life, don't you? Please tell me you want to have an awesome life. So what does it take? Guys, when I was down in Bali, I had the blessed moment of being in a pool with Rhonda Swan and a bunch of us all sitting there having this conversation about the new currencies of the future. It's not none of this shit here. None of this stuff here. This is bye-bye. This is history. This is now being wiped out because of the online world. And the new currencies that are now more important than any of this stuff here. And guys, I call this being in the blue ocean. Now, being a fly fisherman, being a fisherman, this made sense to me. Because when you play and fish in a stagnant pool, things start to really stink. Things start to really rot. And the most important thing is people lose their sanity. They become insane in the membrane in this game. And so my morning meditation, guys, I was actually thinking about the new currencies, new ways of thinking. And it reminded me of Rhonda and what she was saying in the pool. And it reminded me of what it takes to be thriving in the future. Thriving in the future, guys. And this is about now becoming influencers. You want to have control over your life? Be an influencer. The next thing is you want to be able to give value. Give value to the world. What are you giving to the world that will help them elevate them, level up to the next best version of themselves? What will you do? What will you give to the world? Is it a product? Is it some kind of service? Which is the next point. Service or product. What is it that you can pull people through that will take them and help them grow into something that they're meant to be, something greater than they were yesterday? What is it? What will help them? And guys, I gotta let you know that it's two kinds of thinking here. The matrix and the outside of the box. Now here's what's really important here. You're going to have a lot of people out there that are going to be trying to pull you down and trying to get you over here. And this is where you have to look at two other additional important things for 2019. Once you get your thinking straight. Which way you want to go. You have to think about the friends you hang out with, and you have to think about your spouse. Are you and your spouse or your friends all sharing the same alignment? Okay, guys? I got this from someone really, really awesome, and this is by Rhonda. Rhonda, I saw a webinar with Rhonda Swan, and she was talking about alignment. What is it that is going to allow you to have the same alignment? And it comes down to principles and values. The two most important things in your life. Principle is what you live by. If you may draw a line in the sand and you say, I'm going to live at my highest version, I'm going to live spontaneous, I'm going to live adventurous, I'm going to live with character, I'm going to live, and you can list it on and on and on and on and on and on and on. And the value is the things that you want to see in life. The things that you want to manifest in your life. Do you want to travel? Do you value travel? Do you value fly fishing? I love fly fishing. I love to travel. I love to get around thought leaders that expand my mind. I love to get around other people that are doing epic things because it helps me rise up to a higher level of existence so that I can go after my trophy life. Now, are you doing the same? Are you hanging out with pigeons? Or are you hanging out with eagles? Are you hanging out with donkeys? Or are you hanging out with unicorns? I don't care, whatever characters you want to pick. Schmucks or adventurers. Ding-dongs or kingmakers. I don't know. It's your life. You got one life to live. And you got to make sure you're in alignment. Because you know what? This is where you have to really look at your spouse, or you have to look at your friends. And chances are they're not going to be on your page over here. You know that 98% of the marriages out there suck because they're not in alignment. And they don't even look at the real concerns in their life. Most of them are in denial. And same with your friends. And this is where you have to get really hard. Wives, if you want to start up a business, or you want to go online, you want to do something, but you got a husband that's a dick, you have to have a serious conversation. A serious conversation to get alignment. Or maybe you're a husband and you got a wife that does not want you to live at your highest level. Yeah, maybe you did made some big mistakes and there's some guilt and shame involved. I mean, both parties. Could be a husband, could be a wife. But you have to get over that crap. Because guess what? You only live life once. Live it once. This is the real game right here. And we have so many couples out there. Especially in religious communities. Have you heard this one before? To have a great marriage or a great relationship, you need to drop all your ambitions. You need to drop all your passions and purpose and focus on your spouse. And that's it. Your kids, your spouse, your kids, your dog, your cat, your little goldfish. Priorities. Put you know what first and work your way down. And you should be the last. But guess what? When you put yourself last, you're denying yourself of your highest level of self. You need to be selfish a little bit to be selfless. You need to put yourself first. You need to decide what camp are you in? What are you going to live? Figure out your principles, figure out your values. Live by that. And guess what? You're going to have harsh conversations with your spouse or your friends, family, because that is how you become unforgettable. Anything less than that, you'll be forgotten, and no one will know who you are years after you're dead. They'll be like, Rob who? Bob who? Dave? I don't know that guy. Susie who? Kelly who? I don't know. Put whatever name you want in there. In order to have your trophy life, you are going to have to be the leader. You need to focus in on what you want to do and go for it. It's exactly what I'm doing. And guess what? It's a lot easier when you've lost everything because you got nothing to lose and everything to gain. I used to feel really bad because I lost everything. Now I just don't give a rip. I now realize that the universe has opened up a way for me to become unforgettable. And unfortunately, that's just the way it rolls out. I wish it could be different, but it can't. I'm done with feeling sorry. I'm done with feeling the pain. Now there's only one thing I want to achieve in this world, and it is living on the outside of the box. Because guess what? When you realize you have one life to live like I have, you want to become unforgettable, have a life of impact, and be absolutely legendary and leave a legacy. Cheers to your trophy life. If you like what you heard, share it. because there's probably somebody out there that needs to hear this message, especially if they're filled with frustration, anger, depression, they're lost, and they want to be found. You know who you are, and I know that you can have your trophy life too, because we're born to be unforgettable. So guys, see you later. Share this, hit the like button if anything made sense, and we'll see you guys on the next video. Be unforgettable, and you'll be unstoppable. Take care.